This is not a factory tour. This is how real supplier inspections are done in Ukraine, before we ever risk a single euro. Today, I want to show you something very real. No slides, no theory, no consulting buzzwords. We have just completed a supplier due diligence process in the Rivne region in Western Ukraine. I personally met the owners and the top management in Kyiv. At the same time, our dedicated technical specialist was physically on site in Rivne inspecting the production facility. Now I returned back to Dnipro because real supplier verification is not about making nice factory videos. It's about separating strategic alignment and technical reality. And that's exactly what we did. The purpose of the process was simple: to inspect new potential supplier before any cooperation, before any orders, before any promises. Because once you sign, you're exposed. This is how we work. Because in international trade, especially with industrial products, trust is built on the ground, not on Zoom calls. I'll explain exactly what that means in a second, but first let me quickly introduce myself. Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Marek Gatsky and I'm the Managing Director of Gatsky Limited. Since 2012, we've been building and managing international trade flows of physical industrial products as well as professional business services between Ukraine and the world. That means contracts, logistics, production capacity, financial exposure, operational risk. And when you operate at that level, you cannot afford assumptions. A supplier inspection is not about walking through a factory and taking photos. It's not about shaking hands and drinking coffee. It's about answering very concrete questions. Can this company deliver consistently and not just once? Do they understand Western quality expectations? Are they flexible, responsible, and commercially realistic? And most importantly, can we build a long-term relationship, not a one-off deal? Because the first order is usually easy. The second or third is where the problems usually start. In this specific case, while I was in Kyiv evaluating ownership alignment, financial stability, and long-term vision, our technical specialist was physically inside the factory in Rivne. He reviewed production processes, equipment, quality control systems, team competence, documentation. Not what they claim in presentations, but what is actually happening on the production floor. That difference is critical. Crane is often misunderstood from the outside, and that is why physical inspections matter. Now let me quickly explain something broader. The reason we continue to evaluate and develop suppliers in Ukraine is not emotional. It's structural. Reason number one, speed and responsiveness. In Ukraine, things move fast. If you need a quotation, you get it quickly. If you need changes, people simply react. If you need decisions, you speak directly to the decision makers. Companies typically respond within 24 hours. Management takes calls even on their private lines. The first time you call, even if they don't know your number, who's calling. Try that in Western Europe. In many EU countries, unfortunately, clients chase suppliers. In Ukraine, suppliers compete for clients. Here, responsiveness is not a bonus, it's the baseline, and speed reduces supply chain risks. Second reason, I'll call it the client-first culture. Factories here are willing to adapt. They adjust packaging, documentation, specification. The mindset is not take it or leave it, it's how do we make things work? The cultural difference is extremely important in industrial corporations. Third, there's less bureaucracy. Ukraine is not perfect by any means, but compared to many EU countries, there's less administrative friction, fewer pointless procedures, more pragmatic decisions. Decisions are often made by people who can actually make them. And in international trade, as you know, time equals margins. 4. Faster logistics compared to Asia. If you produce in Asia, you wait weeks or months, you finance inventory, you carry geopolitical shipping risk. Ukraine offers near European logistics speed, shorter lead times, more flexibility, lower working capital pressure. That is not just operational efficiency, it is strategic advantage. And 5. Price to quality ratio. The key point, Ukraine offers strong quality at competitive price. Not cheap, competitive. That balance between cost, technical skill, and speed is very difficult to replicate elsewhere. And that's why inspections like the one in Rivne matter. In this particular case, I was not inside the factory myself, and that was intentional. While I met the factory management in Kyiv, our technical specialist conducted the operational verification in Rivne. 2 layers of due diligence, the strategic layer and the technical layer. Because risk in international trade exists on both levels. And if you ignore one of them, you eventually pay for it. Let me make this very practical. If you consider sourcing from Ukraine or from any emerging industrial market, there are 5 things you must verify before signing a contract. First, the legal structure. Who actually owns the factory? Who signs? Who carries liability? The second, real production capacity. Not what is written in the presentation, but what is physically installed and running today. Third, financial exposure. This one is very critical. We have proprietary screening tools that give us transparent overview of each supplier's financial standing. It's particularly critical when prepayments and large contracts enter the game, as you understand. Fourth, the quality control architecture. Is quality dependent on one person or a documented system? And fifth, the operational resilience, power supply, backup systems, logistics routes, insurance coverage. Unfortunately, many foreign buyers check only one or two of these. Professionals check all five. And that difference determines whether your first order becomes a long-term partnership or a costly lesson. But technical inspection is only half of the equation. When I met the owner and management in Kiev, my questions were different. I wanted to understand, who are your current clients? Are you supplying to local Ukrainian companies or exporting already? What industries rely on you today? And most importantly, what is your real manufacturing focus? Many factories say they produce everything, but in reality, strong factories are specialists. And I wanted to see, what is their core competence? What product lines generate 70 to 80% of their revenue? Which reference projects can they show? Because reference tells you more than presentations. If a factory is already supplying demanding industrial clients, especially in Europe, that reduces your risk dramatically. And if they are not exporting it, we need to understand whether that is due to lack of capability or simply lack of structured market access. That distinction is critical. If you want the exact supplier verification framework we use internally, you can download it below this video for free. Just tap the link underneath and you get the entire framework ready to apply right away for free. Many foreign companies don't understand how to work with Ukraine correctly. They either overtrust or overfear. Both are mistakes. We structure contracts that are legally correct, safe, aligned with international standards. We understand Ukrainian legislation. We understand enforcement realities. We understand the mentality. That is the difference between experimenting in Ukraine and building sustainable supply chains here. This inspection is just one example of how we work. No shortcuts, no blind trust, no assumptions. Only real verification. If you want to source from Ukraine or build reliable production partnerships here, this is how it should be done. Not from behind the desk, but through real presence and structured verification. We don't want to make promotional videos. We try to show you how things actually work. If you found this video useful, we'd be very happy if you like it, if you subscribe to our channel. Here, we give you weekly insider information right from the trenches, so to speak, on how business with Ukraine works and how you can profit from that. Not theory, no bullshit, only real-life cases and practical knowledge that is being applied in real life. See you in the next video. Bye.